So, I'm a big believer in this thing I call the psychic sommelier network. Because I didn't, exactly.
Where are your dreadlocks, my brother?
Yeah, I cut them for charity.
You used to have them.
I did. It's true.
You did?
Yeah.
Good.
You know, we all evolve. So let's move on. Yeah, that's true. So I bring up the psychic sommelier network by way of saying that I didn't tell either Lauren or Roberto what my favorite wines are, but somehow they predicted it. Yeah, so I have all this really nice stuff to drink with you guys today, including Raveneau Blanchot. So please, upper left, one in. You know what? I think that for the most part, and generally speaking, Chablis is the example that lets us see Chardonnay in its most transparent, right? Where it really just talks to us about where it's from, and that's bitchin'. I mean, I'm into that. So there's a soil there, and I don't want to get all geeked out about soil types or anything, but I'm going to tell you once. It's called Kimmeridgian, and that's what you smell. When you smell this, if you've never thought about Kimmeridgian soil, or you've never seen it, or you've never picked up the seashells, because it's just basically oyster shells that got pushed up and then they plant Chardonnay vines on it. This is what you get. You're smelling that, and when I smell that, it's like low tide at the ocean and somewhere cool, like Brittany or Oregon, or point being is that it's just so oceanic, and that's why I get into this, because it's that sort of highlighted version of, we're always up here waxing on about terroir and blah 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 and sense of place and so on and so forth, but here it is, and it's like it's most extreme, and you can't miss it. And so that plus the fact that it's just really delicious, that's why it's one of my favorite wines. So thanks for providing that for me. But I'd actually like to.
Bravo!
I'd like to ask Greg what you think about it.
I love it. I think I'm a huge Chablis whore, and it's interesting. Blanchots, there's transparency in Chablis, to which you made reference, that has always really spoken to me, and even the terminology of Blanchot in French, it's very white, right? It's very white. It's very stark. It's exploring white as a self-defining medium, not a blank canvas on which to sculpt. It's more, if you leave white alone, what does white become? And Blanchot, I think, of all the Grand Cru, is the most pure, the most carnal, the most sincere, the most oyster, the most oceanic. And I rarely get it. I had 04 Blanchot last week. I had a really special tasting that I hosted because it's one of those revered wines for me. And Monte de Tonnerre is like the Poirmans Blanchot, which is right across the road, if you will. And so that's a great Chablis inside wine of getting close to this character for a lot less money. But to have Blanchot from Raveneau is transcendent. So thank you for making it happen. It's really special.
Thank you for that. If you leave white alone, what does it become?
Yeah.
That's like the coolest quote I've heard all day. Just wrote it down. Great brewer.
Tweet that, bro.
I'm about to. I'm about to tweet that out. As soon as we talk about Cerullo. But what do you guys think of the Blanchot Raveneau? You like it? You feeling it?
Yes. I like it. Great.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Right on.
That minerality just kind of sucks the water out of your palate, and what's left is that minerality.
If I could just, make a tiny little conduit between the first two wines. I love the fact that you show bee pollen rather than honey, and both of them do that. It's more like the beginning of what's going to be sweet than it is the sweetness, and
killer.
And it sets up your mouth for something completely different texturally.
Yeah.
So, and I see that as the link between those two Chardonnays.
Right on. Well said. Yes.
What I love about the Raveneau wine, it's kind of like a prism into the vineyard. And Chardonnay is just used very simply to get to the terroir.
Right.
And they're just all purity of the vineyard.